Good evening. I'd like to call the Transportation and Road Improvement Committee to order for November 10th, 2025. May I have a roll call, please?
Chairman Arnett.
Present.
Vice Chairman Kinane.
Present.
Trustee Stanton.
Present.
Trustee Mills.
Present.
Trustee Newell.
Present.
Trustee Palafis.
Present.
Mayor McLeod.
Present.
Thank you. We do have a quorum. Move on to approval of minutes for October 13th, 2025.
So moved. Second.
Second.
Do you have any corrections, additions, deletions? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Anyone wish to make a public comment for this committee for tonight? Seeing none, we'll move on to the new business. 4 new items under new business. A, approval of a resolution authorizing a joint funding agreement with IDOT for the Jones Road resurfacing project.
So moved.
Second.
Alan, are you going to take this one?
Yeah, thank you. So this is just a standard IDOT agreement form. That's the basis for the village utilizing the STP funding that's provided for the project. That's 75% of the construction phase costs, up to $543,750. Happy to answer any questions.
Trustee Noel.
Okay, I don't know if you have the resolution in front of you, but I do have a question about section number 2, where after it appropriates the amount of money, then it says something to the effect of, or as much as may be needed to match. Is there any way that we can put something that if it's like, I don't know what the amount would be, do we say like 10% or something like that, that they got to come back to the board? I mean, we can't leave it like open-ended like that.
So this format is just based on IDOT's template and what they've requested to attach the agreement. For our own village purposes and rules, we would pass supplemental resolution for that additional funding. But IDOT's just looking for a commitment that the village is honoring the local funding for the project to move forward.
The share for the project, 75-25, is that right?
Correct.
So the 75-25 split exists. If the project were to have some change order that moves it over that total amount, the village would still be responsible for its 25%.
But it doesn't say that in the,
Yeah, well,
or am I reading it wrong? Is it somewhere else that I like totally missed it? Because it's not in section 2 saying that.
This is pretty open-ended. What if they want another 500 grand? There's got to be some sort of limit on this.
Understood. If you would, let staff look at that and we'll have an answer and redraft for the board next
Could
week.
we, and that's not the only one, and I don't want to jump ahead, Karen, I'm sorry, but the other one that has the same thing, written the exact same way, is the resolution for the joint funding for the Gannon Drive resurfacing. It's the same exact verbiage, so I don't know, when somebody reads it the first time, it doesn't say the 75-25, so.
Understood. Yeah, as Director Wonderski pointed out earlier, it's coming from the IDOT format. That's why it's written in that way. Let us take a look at that and
I just want
try to
to
wrap
make sure that
something
we're all
together.
clear and that
Understood.
we don't get surprised with something that says, oh, now we got to approve something and they're going to back out because we didn't have the funding.
Understood.
Same.
If outside of this item, there's not further concerns, perhaps we can move it forward to the board next week and then come back with an answer on just that point.
Corporation Counsel, did you have something?
I was wondering from Al whether this is their form resolution that they require.
It is their form resolution, but as John mentioned, we can circle back with them and see if there's any leniency for a language change under that.
All right. I did notice, though, that there's still the requirement that the board would have to approve any further payments. There might be some obligation, I'm not certain, but they still have to come back to get approval, and you'd be able to see what it is. But I think that Al's got to find out what the requirements are of IDOT. You never get anything for nothing. So if they're providing, the vast majority of money for the project, sometimes you have to go along with it, but we should know by the next meeting.
Okay. So then, do we go ahead and approve this, or do we table this till next week until we get the answer?
Send it to the board, no recommendation with that.
I think, yeah, I think John indicated that we'd move it on to the board meeting, and then they'd have the answers before the board considered it.
Trustee Mills?
Couldn't we just do approval with pending clarification?
Sure.
If the motion maker agrees to that?
Anyway,
Okay,
as long as it gets on the board
Okay.
agenda.
all right.
Right.
Do we want to amend the original to amend it for verification?
Who made the motion?
I did.
Stanton.
Oh, okay. How do you feel?
I don't know if I need to amend it,
Okay,
Okay.
to be
so
honest with
leave
you.
it go.
Do we have a second?
Yeah, I had seconded. I'll keep mine with second.
Okay. So we do have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Item number B, approval of a resolution authorizing an agreement with Hampton, Lenzini, and Renwick Incorporated for construction engineering services for the Jones Road resurfacing project in an amount not to exceed $94,967.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay. Alan?
So just related to the same project, this would be the construction engineering services for the Jones Road resurfacing project. We did release an RFQ and follow a QBS policy due to the contribution of federal funds. Upon review, determined that HLR submitted the top-ranked proposal, so we did complete the negotiation to determine the appropriate scope and fee that was consistent with the project budget. See in the further item, the future item with Gannon Drive, we did review the firms and the RFQ for both projects together to gain some efficiencies. So this item is specific to Jones Road. We will have a separate agreement for Gannon. They're required to be separate due to our funding. And happy to answer any questions.
Anybody have any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Move on to item C, approval of a resolution authorizing a joint funding agreement with IDOT for the Gannon Drive resurfacing and bicycle facility project.
So moved. Second.
Are we going to approve on verification on this one as well?
Same, yeah, same as before.
The next one.
Okay.
Stan already set precedent, so.
Yeah.
Anything we do wrong now is his fault.
Alan, do you have anything to add, you want to add to this one?
So this would just be the same as the other item, just for the Gannon Drive project.
Okay. We do have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
We don't-
And that's for the same reason that I voted no in the first place, which was, I don't believe that this should be only 3 lanes. I believe it should stay at 4 lanes. Actually, tonight, there was a truck on the road delivering cars in one of the lanes at the, on my way here. So anytime, any part of the day, they're there.
We will note the abstention, and we do have a motion, and everyone approved.
Nay.
Oh, I didn't abstain. I
One
just
one
did.
abstain, yeah.
A hard no.
Yes.
He's a hard man, that trustee Stan.
Yes.
Okay, we'll move on to item number D, approval of a resolution authorizing an agreement with Hampton, Lenzini, and Renwick Incorporated for construction engineering services for the Gannon Drive resurfacing and bicycle facility project in an amount not to exceed $121,965.
So moved.
Second.
Anything to add, Alan?
So this just followed the same process as the Jones Road agreement, which in 2 separate agreements for funding purposes, but recommending the same firm to be efficient with the use of their time and costs on the project.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Thank you. We will note the 1 nay. All those in favor, everyone said, sorry. All right, motion has been passed. Move on for reports for information only, Transportation Division monthly report. Anything to add?
Nothing to add.
Thank you. President's report, Mr. Mayor?
Yeah. On the 4th, we had a ribbon cutting for the Mustafa Coffee House and the Hoffman Village Shopping Center. And on the 5th, we had the Northwest Municipal Conference Executive Board meeting, followed by the Strategic Planning meeting of the Municipal Conference. And in the evening on the 5th, Wednesday, Clerk Richter and I went to Whiteley School for a PAC 335 meeting. They had 5 dens there, and they had the Rolling Thunder. The folks are doing the honor chair for us
Yeah.
on Veterans Day tomorrow, which a little advertisement. Veterans Day will be at the police building in front of the memorial, 10:45 a.m. tomorrow morning. And the honor chair will be unveiled. There will be refreshments after the ceremony. Also, we had the Conference of Small Cities and the U.S. Mayor's Conference had a meeting of small city representatives. I attended that. Thursday, the 6th, we had a CMAC, Congestion Mitigation and TAP Project Selection Committee meeting. And that evening, we had the Special Finance Committee for the budget workshop. Friday, we had Kazin Jitsutsu Club ribbon cutting. It's up in the Forest View Shopping Center. On the 6th, we had the Public Works Open House and the Pumpkin Smash, which is always a very popular event. And then the Windy City Bulls had their home opener. Saturday night is a really good game. Went down to the wire. They were tied at the end of the quarter, tied at the end of the first half. Ultimately, in the fourth quarter, the Bulls had built up a pretty good lead, and then it kept dwindling and dwindling, but they hung on and won. It was a very exciting game. Had a lot of people there, which is excellent. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you. I don't see any items in review. Anything in other? May we have a motion for an adjournment?
Motion to adjourn. Second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. We are adjourned.
Okay, I'd like to call to order the Planning, Building, and Zoning Committee for the Village of Hoffman Estates on this November 10th, 2025. May we have a roll call, please?
Chairman Stanton.
Present.
Vice Chairman Arnett.
Present.
Trustee Kinane.
Present.
Trustee Mills. Present. Trustee Noel.
Present.
Trustee Palafis.
Present.
Mayor McLeod.
Present.
We do have a quorum. Looking for approval of the minutes of October 13th, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you. Anybody notice any corrections or deletions that need to be made? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, and the minutes are approved. Public comment, I'll just add to what the mayor said. There were like 3,940 people, I think, at that game on Saturday night.
Wow.
So it was a pretty good crowd.
Yeah, that's a good number.
New business. A, approval of an ordinance amending section 10-8-1 of the Hoffman Estates Municipal Code, which is the flood hazard area requirements.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you. You're taking this again?
Yep.
He's here all night.
Full night tonight, yeah.
As well, get my money's worth up here. So, FEMA issued new flood insurance rate maps and a flood insurance study in the Poplar Creek and Spring Creek watersheds with an effective date of January 23, 2026. So due to issuance of those new items, we are required to update our code to reference those new documents. So it's been quite a while since the code was updated, or the flood hazard code. So in lieu of just making those minimal changes by adding the reference to the new documents in, proposing to update the entire code to ensure that it matches the state's model ordinance for compliance with the National Flood Insurance Program. So while the code format is changing from the existing, most of the items aren't changing within the wording, just the formatting issues. There are a few items that are more substantial changes that are highlighted in the memos, where we did have some discretion to change from the model ordinance. Some of those are a little more proposed to be more stringent than the minimum National Flood Insurance Program requirements, but the proposed changes are still a little less stringent than we have in the current code. I'll be happy to answer any specific
On
questions.
the compensatory storage for fill in the floodplain, for the state, it says it's not required, but we're requiring a volume of 1.11 or something like that. Isn't that, as you say, that's more stringent than the state? Doesn't that necessarily mean that we're colliding with what the state wants?
So they do give us leadway to be more stringent in these areas, and on the compensatory storage item in our code, the way it stands right now, we do require a 1.5 to 1 replacement ratio. So we're proposing to lower that down to a 1.1 to 1 ratio. The 1.1 to 1 ratio is consistent with the current requirements in MWRD's watershed management ordinance. So in most cases, that would take precedence and require that to be followed. The other reason that we would recommend to keep the compensatory storage requirement within our own code is it does give us some additional leeway when floodway is impacted within development, where we can enter into agreements on specific sites with the IDNR and have a little more leeway to move around kind of where that floodway is, and potentially be more allow development to occur in certain properties.
Okay, thank you for the explanation. Anyone else with any questions on this? Although we have a motion and a second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. The next new business item is B, with approval of first amended and restated development agreement between the Village of Hoffman Estates and Hoffman Estates Acquisitions LLC, better known as Bell Works Townhomes.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Okay, Jen, you're taking this?
Yep.
All right.
So originally, the development agreement for the Bellworks Townhomes was approved back in January. It allowed for a two-phase project. Phase 1 site improvement construction has been ongoing throughout the course of the year, but Somerset has requested an amendment to the development agreement that would allow certain outstanding improvements that were originally slated for Phase 1 to be deferred to Phase 2 of the development, which would then allow for the release of building permits within Phase 1. Pulte Homes in Somerset are gearing up to close on Phase 1 of the project, contingent upon Village Board approval of the agreement, which is on the special Village Board agenda following the committee meetings this evening. Specific deferrals of the improvements are outlined in the packet. They've been reviewed by engineering staff as well as Corporation Counsel, and staff feels the updated agreement provides for practical sequencing of the outstanding improvements as part of Phase 2, while also providing sufficient financial and deadline guarantees to protect the village interests. So happy to answer any questions.
Mayor?
Yeah, the public improvements will be accepted at once. They're not trying to get Phase 1
Correct.
approved and then
Correct.
into Phase 2, so
Yep.
it will be interconnected. Good.
Yes, that's the intention, that at the conclusion of all the improvements, we would sign off on all of the public improvements and initiate the guarantee period.
I just wanted to clarify that.
Yep.
Trustee Palafis?
If this wasn't the proper sequencing, then why'd we approve it that way in January?
There have been a couple of things. Substantially, most of it is complete, particularly the lighting. They're very close. There's just a few outstanding items that they have to address. So we didn't think it was necessary to hold back all of the building permits just for those few outstanding items. The sidewalk, they did complete the portion adjacent to the Phase 1 portion of the project, just not Phase 2. And we're comfortable with that as well.
I'm just curious. I mean, like you two, I drive by it every day.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just curious why we did that then. So how many permits are we releasing then for, is it just the 4 like we're doing over here for Kensington Homes?
Right, so we wouldn't necessarily be releasing them all at once, but it would set forth the ability for them to start submitting their permits per building.
I assume they're gonna do the same like they did
But it-
over here, where they build 4 and then they're the models.
Yeah, yep. So I think there's about 85 or so units in the phase 1.
Okay.
Is there an anticipation of how long the phase 1 would take?
I think it depends on their activity and sales activity, but if it's anything like next door, they're probably looking to move forward very, very quickly, and probably the course of next year, they'll be pretty close.
Okay.
It seems like once Pulte gets in, things go fast. So,
Any other questions up here? All right, we have a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, and it is passed. Reports. Planning Division monthly report. Any questions from anyone up here on that? That'll be received and filed. Code Enforcement Division monthly report. Anybody have any questions up here on that? That'll be received and filed. And finally, the Economic Development and Tourism monthly report. Any questions on that particular one? Okay, that'll be received and filed. President's report.
Nothing else, trustee Stanton.
Thank you. We have nothing in items in review or other, so looking for a motion to
motion to
adjourn.
adjourn?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. We are adjourned.
Thank you. I'd like to call to order the General Administration and Personnel Committee regular meeting for Monday, November 10th, 2025. Could I please get a roll call?
Chairman Kinane,
Present?
Vice Chairman Stanton,
Present.
Trustee Arnett,
Present.
Trustee Mills,
Present.
Trustee Noel,
Present.
Trustee Palafis,
Present.
Mayor McLeod.
Present.
We do have a quorum. Item 2, approval of minutes, the General Administration and Personnel Committee meeting minutes from October 13th, 2025. Could I get a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
Any changes, corrections, or additions to those minutes? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Appears there's going to be no public comment. There is nothing listed in our old business. Under new business, item A, approval of a resolution adopting an intergovernmental agreement with the O'Hare Noise Compatibility Commission, ONCC.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, anybody have anything to offer on that, or any questions?
Just a standard resolution for our membership.
Okay. Seeing that there are no questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 6, reports. The Cable TV monthly report. Any questions? Okay, that'll be received and filed. The Human Resources Management monthly report. Any questions? Okay, that'll be received and filed. And I will need a motion to defer receiving the Legislative Operations and Outreach monthly report.
I'll motion to defer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Item 7, President's report. Mr. President?
Nothing else.
Thank you, sir. There are no items in review. There is nothing listed under other, and I'll need a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everyone.
I'd like to call the special board meeting of November 10th, 2025 to order. Can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Palafis,
Present.
Trustee Stanton,
Present.
Trustee Arnett,
Present.
Trustee Kinane,
Present.
Trustee Mills,
Present.
Trustee Noel,
Present.
Mayor McLeod.
Present. Can everybody please rise? Trustee Palafis, want to lead us in the pledge?
Sir. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sit down, wait.
Thank you, Trustee Palafis.
You're welcome.
Move on to item number 3, public comment. Anybody want to make a comment? Going once, twice, 3 times, we'll move on. For consent agenda, there'll be no separate discussion of the items on the consent agenda. There are no consent agenda items, are there, Mr. Pape?
There are not.
Okay, we'll move on to 5 additional business. A, approval of the First Amendment and restated development agreement between the Village of Hoffman Estates and Hoffman Estates Acquisitions, LLC, Bellworks Townhomes.
So
Chair,
moved.
accept a motion.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any questions on the motion? Or the matter at hand? Seeing none, can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Kinane.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Noel.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. Chair to accept a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any questions on the adjournment? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. We are adjourned.
We're out.